What's going on, Nerd Nation? This is Sleevecard signing in and welcome you to week numero dos of the PBL right here on YouTube. This week, you guys, we are not doing a live recording because when I attempted to live record this battle, unfortunately, my reader kind of crashed and crapped out on me and I had to reboot the computer and all that good stuff. So unfortunately, this is going to be like a little recap video. But this week we are taking on Varz and the Lando Lake Swellows. The team is pretty similar from week one. He is rocking out with also a little interesting of a team, but we're going to jump right into it. Because it's been about a week since we did this battle, so I don't 100% remember. I remember the outcome. I don't remember the turn by turn and what all he was running. But we do lead with the Tapu Bulu. Want to get up that terrain so hopefully we can go into like Hawlucha, Miltank, stuff like that. Stuff that can feed off that Bulu. He starts off with his Tyranitar. This is another reason I started with Bulu is because one, we have the nice little grass thing going on. And two, I'm also rocking out with Nature's Madness. Hopefully we can get like half done. So he does go ahead and swap out. Now this is going to be his Charizard X, I believe. It's Charizard X. So we go for the Wood Hammer. I want to say I went for the Wood Hammer just because I wasn't sure what we were going to run across. So we do slap down the Wood Hammer. Now, what he doesn't know is that Bulu right here is actually rocking out with Stone Edge. So he's going to evolve into Charizard X. And obviously he's going to try and go for like a Fire Fang or something along those lines. Oh no, he goes for D-Dance. That's right. So I do expect him to go for D-Dance, which is why I did not swap out. Because I watched his week one battle and he used the same exact methodology. So I go for the Stone Edge. And I just figure I'll catch him off guard, which we do. So we bring him all the way down. And then of course the Sandstorm here is going to take him out. So looking good so far. Took care, honestly, of his main threat there being the Charizard. But it does get a little sticky for us here coming up. He's going to go into the Serperior. Now, this is contrary Leaf Storm, like kind of traditional set Serperior. So I will swap out, because there's really nothing I can do to this thing. I'm going to go into the Hawlucha. That way we can get the Unburden. We can start going for Acrobats and all that good stuff. The Grass Seed is just a nice little bonus so we can get the Unburden going. He hits with Leaf Storm, and it hits pretty hard for something that's not very effective. And it's going to boost that special attack and all that good stuff. But I'm still kind of hoping that the Unburden Acrobat goodness kind of pulls through for us. But he swaps out. So he's swapping out. He's playing it smart right here. And he's going to go into the Brutatar. He's going to go into the Tyranitar. I should have seen this. Instead of going for the Acrobatics, I should have gone for High Jump Kick. But we do get the crit at least. Now, I do make a mistake here, I know, because I go for the High Jump Kick. Kind of predicting he stays in, but he does go for a swap, and it's a really smart swap because he really screws me over on this by going to the Chandelure, because, of course, Fighting-type moves do not work on Ghost-type, so we end up missing, crashing, and then the recoil takes us out. So, unfortunately, we kind of did ourselves in right there, because otherwise Hawlucha definitely would have done a lot better for us had we been able to keep it going for the long run. Because one, Hawlucha was pretty much our big check on Tyranitar. It was our big check on a lot of things, really. But we're going out this way because, one, I have Shadow Ball on this. Now, it's choice. I should have run, in retrospect, I should have run Ghostium Z because I do have the Ghostium Z, so we could have gone for like a Z Shadow Ball. I go for HP Ice, just because I kind of felt like he was going to swap in here. I didn't want to go into the electric attack, so I went for the HP Ice, kind of thinking he would swap. But now we're going to go into Bulu, and we're just really, right here, I'm just really forcing him to swap, but he goes for the Ice Beam, and he plays it smart because he catches us with the Ice Beam. I knew he had Ice Beam, which he lucks out and gets the freeze. Like, this freaking guy, he got so many hacks in this battle with the freeze here. Like, the freeze just really fell his way. If it wasn't for the freeze, we would have been in a much better position. But at this point, the freeze really screws us over because we have to swap here. I can't just stay out and just keep taking Ice Beams. It's not going to do well for us. I go into the Miltank, just kind of thinking that I can scare him out. And he'll go into his Skunk Tank here. Now, with Skunk Tank, I want to... No, he just he just withdraws it, because I think he's feeling... I think he was going to predict that we're going to go for something else, like T-Wave or something like that. But I just set up the rocks, because my only real attacking move on this thing was Body Slam, and I didn't want to run the risk that he swapped into Chandelure. So I just go for the rocks. Now I do go for the Body Slam. Obviously, there's not much we can do to this thing, so it's just Body Slam, Will-O-Wisp, and we're kind of sit at a stalemate. I can't T-Wave, because that's the other move I have on here. I can't T-Wave because he's electric. We already have rocks set up. I have Milk Drink, but we hadn't taken damage at that point, so there's no purpose in running a Milk Drink. So I just swap out. Really, he's got us checked here. I go into the Raikou, just kind of thinking we're going to 1-for-1 check him. And here comes the Blizzard. So now he's just going to start like spamming these attacks. So we get the Blizzard, and at this point there's not a lot we can do. This Rotom's really kind of obnoxious for us, because we don't have a lot that's really going to break through like a heavy wall or something like this bulky. But he goes ahead, he actually does us a favor by doing the withdrawal, which I am okay with. Because we couldn't HP Ice him. We really couldn't, like, Thunderbolt, Thunderwave, or not Thunderwave, Thunder, Volt Switch, rather. So I had gone for the Shadow Ball, which this thing obviously eats up being part Dark type. But we do get the Special Defense drop, which I don't remember if it comes in handy later, but it might. Who knows? It might. Maybe it does. But this does hurt us, the Pursuit right here. So the Pursuit takes us out, which I really could have used Raikou long range in this battle, so it would have been nice to have him. But now we're going to go into Pidgeot, because if anything can turn this battle around, it's got to be Pidgeot. Obviously, this is a Mega Pidgeot. Pidgeot for the people that keep nagging me in the comments. Mega Pidgeot. So we're going to Mega Evolve here, and we're going to start hitting Hurricanes, Heat Waves, U-Turns, pretty much anything we can do. Now, he does make a good play with his Rotom here, because obviously it's part Ice, part Electric, so I just go in for the U-Turn to try and get out of there, because I don't want to deal with a Blizzard. Mega Pidgeot does not want to deal with a Blizzard. Mega Pidgeot. So instead, I just swap into Blacephalon. Blacephalon is probably not the best swap in right here, but I kind of was thinking if I can get a Flamethrower, Fire Blast on his Ice-type Rotom, maybe, just maybe, it'll help out a little bit. But he does go for the swap. That's fine, because right now it's just we're getting more damage off Stealth Rocks than we're getting off of anything else, so we might as well. I go for the Flamethrower. It's obviously not going to KO here, but at this point, things aren't shaping up well for us. The Pursuit's obviously going to hurt again because we're part Grass or Ghost type. I won't say Grass type. But I was not expecting it to hurt that much, so it hurt to the point where it actually KO'd us. Blacephalon has speed, Blacephalon has the special attack, but Blacephalon does not have any, and I mean any kind of defense. So he's going to swap out yet again, and this time he goes into the Chandelure. Now, this is where things are looking not great, like it looks pretty bad for us. So we hit with the U-turn. I went for the U-turn because I was kind of predicting that he would go for Rotom here. But we're going to swap into Miltank. Really because I don't have anything going on. I was kind of curious to see what his Rotom would run. Maybe he was going to go for Will-O-Wisp, something like that. I don't know. I swapped into Miltank because I really didn't have anything better to go for. It was pretty much like Tapu Bulu, this, or Pidgeot. And Tapu Bulu I can't leave in on this. But we're going to swap back into Pidgeot. And at this point, is this Fire EMZ? I don't think it is. Yeah, I know he goes for a Z move here. I don't remember exactly which one this is just yet. Oh yeah, he goes for his grass Z move on his Chandelure. For reasons which I could not tell you. But he goes for it, does about half. This is a little more than half actually. Which is fine. Because I'm not really, at this point, I'll be honest, I'm kind of checked out of this battle. I'm like, you know what, it's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen. But he goes in for this, which is this is where there's a glimmer of hope. So between the rocks, we're going to hit with Hurricane. This is going to take this out. Take it out! Which, honestly, if he had stayed in with Chandelure, I don't know. It probably would have taken out Chandelure as well. But at least we get rid of something. So at this point, it's 4-3 in his favor. He's going to bring in his Skunk Tank. Skunk Tank will get the Sucker Punch. That's fine because he knows we're going to go for the Hurricane. But we live. We live on 3. I thought we were going to go down, but we managed to pull it out. And the Hurricane's going to take this bad boy out. So at this point, it's pretty much Chandelure. It's us and Chandelure. Chandelure's not going to like these rocks. But I do make a misplay. So as you see, Chandelure just hit like a quarter. I went for Roost. In retrospect, I should have gone for the Hurricane. Because the Hurricane probably would have taken this out. But I didn't. I went for Roost thinking that, okay, maybe we get like 2 Roosts up. Get up to decent health. And we can kind of go from there. But the friggin' Roost did not help us whatsoever because of Flamethrower, all that junk. So now really our options are Tapu Bulu, who's completely frozen and can't do anything, or Miltank, who has a normal move and can't do anything. But he goes for the swap for reasons, I figure. So at this point, he really goes for the swap just so he can start getting off cheap moves and healing up as best as possible. Stone Edge, I mean, it does decent damage. It does more than I would have predicted, but not as much as I would have liked. Like, no, it doesn't do enough damage to really get us back into this. So at this point, we're kind of winding down. So we're at like 5 or 6 turns left. The Leaf Storm, really, he's just boosting his stats. Like, at this point, I can't beat him. On its own, really, the Serperior can't beat me. So I go for Nature's Madness. I figure at least I'll get half damage and possibly bring this thing in range of a lucky hit or 2 if I play it right. Between Leftovers and Grassy Surge and everything, we're just kind of chipping away at each other. So he goes for HP. This is HP Ice, I want to say. Yeah, which does damage. It does not do enough damage, really, to justify anything. As you can see, I'm getting closer. So the Stone Edges are getting closer. If I got another Stone Edge in, possibly we could KO this thing. But, spoiler alert, that is not in the cards. Because, obviously, this thing outspeeds. So I went for the swap out, and I just went in for Miltank. And I figured Miltank hopefully would take this. So I was right here, I was pretty much hoping that Miltank could take this thing out and maybe leave Bulu for another day, because Bulu is going to go a lot further for us than Miltank. So I was hoping that Miltank could possibly take this out, and then long run, we're putting all our hopes in Bulu. Because at this point, he still has Serperior. He has his Chandelure, which he's going into Chandelure, that's fine. Obviously, we kind of predicted I knew he was going to go for Chandelure. The rocks helped us out quite a bit, but we're going to swap out here, and we're going to go into Bulu, because we really have to. The only other thing I could have done with Miltank is drop a T-Wave on it, which would have hurt, but not really would have done anything to win the battle for us. Flamethrower is going to KO Bulu, which pretty much, as you can tell, is going to be matched right here because Miltank can't do anything to Chandelure. So as long as he stays in with Chandelure, which he will, as long as he stays in with Chandelure, we can't touch it whatsoever. So for future, I might actually change up Miltank a little bit just to give us some options, like some more coverage options, something like that. So I go for the T-Wave because it's really the only move I can play is T-Wave, Heal, or Milk Drink. I didn't want to go for the Milk Drink because it's we know we're going to lose. Why am I going to drag it out unnecessarily? And at this point, here is the Flamethrower for the KO. So, guys, that drops us down to 0-2. 0-2. Obviously, it was a bit of a longer battle. We did hold in. We lost 3-0, but we did hold on to the battle a lot longer than we did last week. We made a little bit better plays, stuff like that. Now, like I said, going forward, guys, I hope we get on hope we get on the board here soon. But that will drop us down to 0-2. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. If you like today's battle, go ahead and leave that thumbs up for me down below. And, of course, any comments on things you think we could change on the team, make it better. I don't think it could get much worse because we keep losing. But any notes, anything like that you want to leave on the battle, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me down below and leave a comment. And, of course, links to my opponent's channel, that is Trial Guide Varz, will be down in the description. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. This is Sleevecard signing out. Have yourselves a beautiful day, and I'll see you later.